Hey, it's a good time for us to catch up with Matt Archbold. Of course, Catholic father of 5, journalist, author, blogger, creator of and host of CreativeMinorityReport.com. Matthew Archbold, always a joy to have you on with us on Thursday morning. Hi.
Good morning, Matthew.
Good morning.
And I do have a connection to Matthew Archbold to Memorial Day. That men and women, a lot of people have laid down their lives for our country over these years, and Matthew lays down sometimes. So I'm just saying, there's a connection. He does his part.
True. I lay down all the time.
Good morning, Matthew.
And Ron, I noticed that Dave's microphone was off there for a second or two. May I make a long-term suggestion for the program?
I'm thinking intermittent microphone. What do you think?
Yeah.
I could do that to mine, too.
I had a major issue. Maybe you guys could help me through this, okay? This was the most embarrassing situation. So the divorce rate is obviously very high in this country, and that's very terrible. But now it's kind of impacting me, so it's kind of a problem. Okay?
Now it is, okay.
Got it.
Yeah, now it is, yeah. So I went into my favorite local delicatessen, and I called ahead, and I ordered a breakfast sandwich, okay? But then I got a little caught up with doing my work, so I came in about 45 minutes later. No big deal. The guy at the counter who owns the place, he looks at his watch and says, "Oh, I was getting a little worried about you." And as a joke, I just said, "Well, pal, you're the only one." It was a little quip, a nothing little joke, right?
A little throwaway, yeah.
He stops and he stares at me with this deep look of concern. And already I know I've totally misread the room here. He places the sandwich on the counter and he's like, "You're really going through it, huh, pal?" I was like, "Huh?" And he's like,
no.
"A divorce, huh?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" Because I really am not. All of a sudden I feel a hand on my shoulder from behind. It's this guy in a construction vest behind me. He puts his hand on me as he's like, "Hey, pal, I'm going through it right now, too."
Oh,
He's like, I'm not going to tell you it's easy, but it gets easier. And now, what do you say at this point? You just say, no, I was just kidding?
Yeah.
Like, you can't really say that. So the guy gives me the sandwich for free, and he's like, "Hey, don't let your ex keep you away from kids." And the other guy says, "Just look ahead, pal. Don't ever look back." So now I'm in a really sad situation where I either have to find a new delicatessen for a breakfast sandwich or divorce my wife so I can keep going back to the breakfast sandwich.
You've got two choices.
That's right.
And I've met your wife, so I know that second part is not even I'm shocked she agreed to marry you, but she's still with you.
I did ask her opinion when I came home, and she just she let me know her opinion pretty strong. So
yeah. Can't you just go in and say, "Hey, we reconciled," and then maybe you'll get another free sandwich?
I like that one. That's good.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks for the prayers, fellas. It worked.
That's right. Thanks. We reconciled. All is good. Yeah.
Well, my kids are home from college, so I think I'll spend the summer just sending them in to get my breakfast sandwich, and then maybe I'll reemerge. You know?
There you go.
Lay low for a while.
Speaking of kids coming home from college, my daughter, one of my older daughters, just graduated college, Providence College.
Ooh.
And I will say, from now on, when I go to pick up kids from college, I'm just going to burn everything they have instead of trying to unload it out of their dorm. None of these dorms ever have working elevators, okay?
Yeah.
And if I had kids when I was like 16, and so then you're dealing with that when you're like 30-something,
right.
But that's not what normally happens, okay? You're dealing with, 50-year-old guys lugging things down 4 flights of stairs and then walking back up 4 flights of stairs 20-something times. No, from now on, I'm just bringing kindling and a lighter, and that's how we're dealing with that.
Yeah, and what's great is, how much help you getting from the daughter. I'm just interested.
Can you?
Oh, no. Well, first, we walk in to her apartment. It is an apartment. It's a furnished apartment. There's nothing packed.
Oh, no.
I mean, it looked like she was just living on a random Tuesday. So she gets the glorious job of just throwing things in boxes, pushing them towards the door. So when I come up, I open the door and I just, like the lugger in chief, I just pick it up and go along my way. 4 flights.
Oh,
it was a really bad day.
Couldn't you just slap a sign on the door that says, for rent, fully, and underline fully like 5 times, fully furnished apartment? Yeah, and then just have her walk out. Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good idea. I guess that works better than my kindling idea. I guess I should try that first.
Yeah, the whole thing might go up in smoke then. So, yeah, you might want to,
Right.
You got to get used to this, Matt. You've had these conversations with me and Ron, and we just go along with you or come up with even dumber ideas than the ones you already had. And Pat actually has some smart stuff to add, so you got to be aware of that.
Although you may have to give your daughter, a new credit card to replenish clothes and things like that. But just, it might
or
work.
maybe just throw it out the window. Maybe something
there
like that.
There you go. Yeah, stuff that won't break, yeah.
Well, that was my suggestion. I was like, nothing can happen to the clothes. Why don't we just throw them out the window?
That's a good
and of course,
point.
They all look at me. And it's funny, like, when you're really, really tired, like, that idea really seems like a strong idea.
It does. Yeah. I'm not tired, and it still seems like a good idea, Matthew.
Right. I mean, there's no reason. When at one point I was bringing out a box and it had a Frisbee on it. And then I was like, there's no reason a Frisbee can't be thrown out a window.
Yeah, no, that's perfect, yeah.
That's literally what it's made for.
I'm thinking the same thing about the microwave, I mean, it's like just a little heads up below.
Right. As long as we throw the mattress down first, I think everything will be fine.
Well, we love what you've got there on CreativeMinorityReport.com as well. You're always on top of, you've got your finger on the pulse of everything. I stunned him.
It is very, very difficult to have your finger on the pulse of everything while being used as the lugger in chief by my children. I will say this was pretty amazing. There was a priest, and I didn't get his name, who was at my godson's confirmation, and he had heard us on the radio. I guess he had been in Ohio somewhere, but I didn't get his name. But he knew me, and he was asking about you guys.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
Wow.
Matthew, I want to tell you real quickly, there's this little something they called, I think it's called the World Wide Web. And like if you put stuff out there, people can get it no matter where they're at. And 1 or 2 people have found us along the way.
All right. Once again, I'm going to ask that his microphone be put off. He's going to criticize me. What good is this?
Thank you,
I get criticized at home.
Bye, Matthew.
Always a joy. Matthew Archbold, ladies and gentlemen. CreativeMinorityReport.com. Yes, it's on the World Wide Web.
Yeah. Great stories on there. Absolutely. Good information. Hope you'll visit CreativeMinorityReport.com. That's what's on the mind of one Matthew Archbold. We'll be back.